Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Kyodoka. I'm Ryusei. Today I'll introduce 3 dishes of eggplant. First dish is Nasu Dengaku. In Japan, eggplant is called Nasu. And Dengaku is written by like this. The feature of Dengaku is served with sweet miso sauce, Dengaku Miso. Second dish is Nasu no Yakibitashi. I grill the eggplant, but we usually eat it with cold. The taste is really refreshing, it's a good appetizer. Finally, I'll make chamushi with Nasu no Yakibitashi. Although there are so many recipes of chamushi, this recipe is my favorite. I hope you will enjoy Japanese eggplant dishes. Before making Nasu Dengaku, I'll introduce 2 types of miso. This is Hatcho Miso. Hatcho Miso is traditionally made in Aichi Prefecture. Aichi Prefecture is between Tokyo and Osaka. And the origin of Hatcho Miso is Okazaki City. The color of Hatcho Miso is definitely dark brown, and the taste is thick and complex, because Hatcho Miso is aged for longer time than usual miso. And I also use Shiro Miso. This Shiro Miso is made in Kyoto. The taste is sweet and mild. I blend them to create complex flavor and umami. Let's make Dengaku Miso. I add 60 grams of sake and 60 grams of mirin. I'll heat it to remove the alcohol. Turn on the heat. Once it boils, I turn down the heat and simmer it down for a few minutes. Okay, I add 30 grams of Hatcho Miso and 10 grams of Shiro Miso. I stir it to melt the miso into the sauce. If you don't have these miso, you can use the miso which you have. Okay, I add 15 grams of sugar. I simmer it down until the sauce reaches the ideal thickness. Okay, this thickness a bit weak is the best. Nice. Next, I'll prepare eggplants. We sometimes use a bigger eggplant to make Nasu Dengaku. But I like this size, because we eat it whole, including the skin. First, I cut the whole and remove it. Then I divide it into half and make cuts in a grid pattern. These cuts are helpful to cook the eggplant shortly. Perfect. I prepared 2 eggplants. Good. Next, I warm the pan and add a bit much olive oil. And I spread it. The level of fire is medium-high. Once the pan is heated, I put the eggplant. I put pressure on them to brown the eggplant evenly and beautifully. I do it by my hands, but you can use a spatula. I cook and brown them about 3 minutes. Okay, I'll turn over them. Great. Browning adds nice roasted flavor. I turn down the heat to low and add 30 grams of water and cover it with a lid. I steam the eggplant for 3 minutes. Steaming makes the eggplant soft and juicy. 3 minutes later. Okay, I open it. The smell is so good. Perfect. The eggplant is cooked well and becomes tender. Okay, I'll arrange it on a plate. I place the eggplant on a plate. Nice. Then I top the Dengaku Miso on them. Looks so delicious. I sprinkle chopped green onion. And finally, I put the grated ginger. Ginger goes well with Nasu Dengaku. It's essential for this dish. Okay, first dish, Nasu Dengaku, is done. Next, I'll make second dish, Nasu no Yakibitashi. First, I'll combine the sauce ingredients. This is 160 grams of dashi. I add 20 grams of mirin and add 20 grams of soy sauce. Okay, I'll heat it. Turn on the heat. Once it boils, I turn off the heat. I transfer the dashi to a container and let it cool. Then I'll prepare the eggplant. I cut the hole and remove it. I'll grill it over an open fire. The hole burns so easily, so I get rid of it. Okay, I prepare the eggplants. I place the eggplants on a grill net and turn on the heat. I grill them over medium heat, and we should keep the wooden chopsticks wet, not to burn. I grill the eggplants for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes later, I turn over them. The skin is a bit burnt, but the inside of them is not cooked. I move the eggplants to cook them completely, especially the bottom side takes a bit more time to cook. I roll the eggplants to burn the whole of them. The smell is so nice. Okay, the eggplants become tender. I turn off the heat. And I transfer them to the cold water. Nice. I cool them down. Once the eggplants have cooled down, I remove the skin. We can peel off the skin so easily in the water. The inside may be hot, please take care. Okay. Good. I peeled off them. Okay, Yaki Nasu is done. We eat them with just soy sauce, but today I soak them in the dashi. Okay, if possible, I recommend to soak them over 3 hours to absorb the flavor. This work is very traditional and sensitive. This is a myoge. The flavor is grassy and refreshing and a little bit pungent. I separate the outside like this to cut it comfortably. And chop it finely. Nice. Okay, and I transfer it to the water. I soak it for 1 moment. Next, I remove the eggplant from the dashi. I cut the stem off and divide it into half. Then I cut it into bite-sized pieces. Good. At last, I arranged on a glass plate. Nice. Finally, I top myoge on it. You can use bonito flakes instead of myoge. Nasu no yakibitashi is done. Finally, I'll make Yaki Nasu no chamushi. This is 240 grams of dashi, 20 grams of mirin, and 20 grams of soy sauce. Okay, I turn on the heat. Once it boils, turn off the heat and let it cool. I crack the eggs into the bowl and I beat them well. Okay, when the dashi has cooled down, I add it into the bowl. And I stir it lightly. Then I drain in a sieve. Okay, the egg mixture is done. This is Nasu no Yakibitashi. I use it to make chamushi too. I transfer it to a plate. Then I pour the egg mixture to it. Good, I'll steam it. This is a steamer, it's boiling. I open the lid. And I place it in the steamer. I return the lid as soon as possible. I heat it over high heat for 1 minute. 1 minute later, I turn down the heat to the lowest. And heat it for 4 minutes. 4 minutes later, I open the lid. Good. I confirm whether it's cooked or not. Okay, perfect. Next, I'll make the sauce. I add dashi, which I use to make nasu no yakibitashi. This sauce has nice roasted flavor. Once it boils, I add potato starch with water to thicken the sauce. I stir it. Good thickness. Finally, I put the sauce on the chamushi gently. I spread the sauce and I top the grated ginger on it. Okay, Yaki Nasu no chamushi is done. Itadakimasu. It's soft and smooth texture. Delicious. Thank you. Did you enjoy? What is your favorite dish of eggplant? In Japan, there are so many recipes of eggplant. Today, I chose my favorite recipes. I wish you enjoy Japanese eggplant dishes. Thank you for watching to the end. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Have a nice day. See you later.